What if I told you being more positive will help you change how you see people? Welcome back to my channel, Get By Make It with Alice. I'm Alice, communications and online education coach. And today we're going to talk about positivity and using positivity to reinforce good behavior. And what's more important here is through positivity, the way that you see the world and others around you will change. I promise. And I'll show you how. I want to ask you this. Did you ever find it annoying if somebody asked you to be more positive or think more positively? Well, first of all, you're already trying to do that, or you wouldn't be watching this video, or you're struggling to figure out how to be more positive. I mean, it's easy to say a statement like that, but how do you actually become more positive? So I'm going to talk about that today. Positivity is a broad term, and not all of us have the same capacity for positivity. For example, if you're feeling depressed, it's really hard to be positive. If you're struggling through life and you're in the valley, as we all are, it's a lot harder to be positive. And if you're trying to take care of yourself, how the heck are you supposed to take care of others? Much more challenging. But there are a few things that you can do. And when we do it every day, we develop a habit of doing them. In your world, as complicated as it is, the first thing you can do to get going with your positivity is acknowledge when somebody else does something good for you. And it's as simple as saying, thank you for being so wonderful. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for taking the time to help me. I do this a lot because I'm always cognizant of people's busy schedules and what's going on in their life. So if I ask for help and they help me, I'm really happy. Like, I'm genuinely really happy. And I think you feel the same way. Second thing, and this one my brother and I always talk about, is using positive reinforcement. What that means is when you're asking for help, or you're asking for information, or you're giving feedback, or whatever it is that you're doing, always think about how you can ask that question or make that statement in a positive way, because it reinforces that same behavior. So for example, if somebody makes you dinner and you say, I really like the way that you make those potatoes, those sweet potatoes just are amazing, how you glaze them with honey and cinnamon. I'm making this up because I love my sweet potatoes like that. I really love if you could do that again, or I really like the way you do that. And that person's going to want to do it for you again. At work, for example, if you say, I really enjoyed your presentation, this is a great format. Can I follow this format? Or can you show me how you do that? Because you're really good at it. And the person's like, oh, I didn't think so. Or they'll say, yeah, okay, I know how to do that. I can help you. I have a roommate. She's awesome at branding. And I'm asking her to help me design the book cover. And I think she's great at detail. So I'm asking her what she would change on the cover, and getting her engaged in that activity and letting her know that she's really amazing at what she does. That positive reinforcement helps you think more positively, and it also strengthens that relationship that you have with the other person. Lead by example is the next one. If you want more positivity in your life, be more positive, do more good, be kind, be compassionate, even if it's hard, even when nobody's watching. You don't have to be like this all the time, but if you could do that one good thing per day, you've already won at life. Life just becomes so much easier. The next one is provide constructive feedback. Now, this one is an interesting one because if you give feedback without permission, you're giving unsolicited advice. And I tend to do that a lot, give advice without asking. But recently, I'm asking for permission to give advice or feedback. Constructive feedback is tricky. The reason it's called constructive is that it's naturally positive, meaning that this feedback is for you to get better. Feedback, the way we think about it, typically we think negatively because it's like, somebody's going to say something bad about what we've just done. But constructive feedback is aimed towards positive outcomes. I am already tough on myself, and I like when somebody gives me constructive feedback because I like to learn, but not everybody wants to learn. You have to understand what that person is looking for. And when you give constructive feedback, the easiest way to do that is you always start with a positive statement, then list 3 to 5 points on what that person can improve, and always end on a positive note. Because that is another example of positive reinforcement, and you create that feedback loop. So it's a positivity feedback loop. Next strategy is set achievable goals. If you want to have more positivity in your life, set small goals or take small steps to words and achievement. So, for example, if you want to clean your house really well, start with the kitchen, for example, and when you do a good job, reward yourself. Set multiple goals for you because it will activate the part of your brain where you want to be motivated, and you have now a positive outcome because you've rewarded yourself for doing that task and you've achieved something, and that leads to a positive outcome of feeling better or wanting to do that again. For me, I don't like to do certain things like cleaning, so I always make sure to reward myself that when I clean or organize, I feel more positive because I've rewarded myself. At work, there's certain things I don't like to do, like Excel spreadsheets. So when I do them, I end up rewarding myself. That's another way to make it easier for you to be more positive, is by creating achievable goals. And they could be yearly goals or they could be daily goals. So make it easy on you. This one is my all-time favorite. Encourage a growth mindset. That is, shift your perspective towards learning and growth. You will always feel more positive. You will always feel better about yourself. It's so easy to stay in victim mindset of feeling sorry for yourself, being ungrateful, blaming other people. Those are examples of the victim mindset. It doesn't lead to anywhere. It's this spiral down. The growth mindset is always thinking about how to elevate yourself. How can I spiral up? What can I do today to be better? What can I learn to just function better as an adult in today's world? Now, let me interject here before I finish up. Where do you see yourself being more positive? Is it easier to be positive when you give or receive compliments or feedback? Is it easier for you when you help someone? Reflect on where you find yourself being positive. It's typically something that you already are doing and it's easy. Do more of that. And if it's hard, sometimes I say, like, surround yourself with positive people. Their energy is infectious and you'll end up mirroring or copying what they're doing. So if it's hard for you, surround yourself with positive people. It could be that colleague that you can grab coffee with or get on the phone or just meet with someone. The last two are important here. Being consistent and patient. Positivity is a process. It's not a destination. It's a journey. It's something that you do consistently when you wake up and you go to sleep. You do it day in, day out. Wax on, wax off. You rinse and repeat. You just keep doing it, even when it's hard, even when you're feeling sick, even when you hate other people. Find that one thing you could be positive about and do it over again every day. The last one is focus on why. Why are you being positive? Why do you want to be more positive? Is it to feel better? Is it to make the other person feel better? Is it something that warms up your heart? Is it something that you can learn from? Why is it that you want to be positive or trying to be positive? Why is positivity important for you in your life? I always focus on these questions because it helps you become introspective and reflect on your own behavior. And since we're all connected, I think that we can always do a better job. By helping others, we can help ourselves. I hope you found this video helpful, especially as you are trying to figure out maybe your next step in life or how to overcome a challenging situation. I'm going to be talking more about self-improvement tips, how to be a better human with Alice, so please check out this playlist. Please leave comments below so I can think of ways to come up with different topics that you will find interesting. In the next video, I'm going to talk about how to give back even if you feel like you have nothing to give. And as always, do the best that you can every day.